What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and it's been a fat minute since I've made a video, I'm not gonna lie. So there's a lot of chapters that I missed out on reviewing, but don't worry, I got a really long Kingdom video for you Kingdom guys coming up later on today. But for now, we're here to talk about One Piece, more specifically One Piece chapter 905. And this chapter was honestly amazing in my opinion. We got a lot of world building and set up for the Reverie and about the Reverie and all that kind of stuff. And we also got to see the beginning of the Revolutionaries' plans in a way. And I'm honestly really looking forward to seeing all of it. I enjoyed seeing all of the old characters that we already knew about this chapter, like Akainu, Shirahoshi, Sabo, Garp, all of those kind of people, Fujitora as well. Fujitora showed up in this chapter. And it was really dope to see all of them for a number of reasons. Akainu because he's one of like the central antagonists to this story that we don't really get to see too often, so it's always dope seeing him show up in chapters. And that's just made even better by the fact that we saw New Marineford at the same time. We saw where they relocated Marineford to, and all they basically did was move it to the other side of the Red Line. So instead of it protecting the entrance from Paradise side, it protects the entrance from the New World instead. So yeah, that's pretty dope to see. And the fact that they improved it too, like the design of Marineford is fucking amazing. The chapter also had a few funny moments with their interactions as well, like seeing Shelly interact with Garp and how scared he was of the fishmen as well after hearing all the rumors about them. It's really something that you would expect from one of these stuck-up nobles that really doesn't actually know anything about the world that they're ruling over or the world that they live in. They just like take what they hear and run with it and don't actually go out to find the information themselves. So it's the kind of thing that you would expect from Shelly. Like, it really does fit his character personally, and the interaction between him and Garp, it just shows how similar Garp is to Luffy in a sense. The fact that he doesn't really care about the honorifics, he doesn't really care about who he's talking to or being respectful because this guy might be royalty. He just says what's on his mind and what he wants to say pretty much. He's pretty much that same carefree, free spirit that Luffy is, and that was definitely shown by how he spoke to Shelly this chapter too. I think one of the biggest highlights of this chapter, aside from the Green Bull reveal, is the Shirahoshi stuff. Like seeing her finally getting out from under the sea and being able to actually see the surface of the world, like see how beautiful the world can actually be when you're not confined to a specific section of it. She's pretty much living out the dream that she said that she wanted to live out back when she first met Luffy. So we got massive panels of her in just disbelief about how amazing this world looked, how vast the sea is, how big the sky is, how bright the sun is, like all of that kind of stuff. She was like amazed about, and the way Oda drew it too looked really beautiful. Like the panel of them going up the lift to get to Marie Joie and just overlooking the entire ocean was amazing. It was beautifully drawn, even though there's not actually much in that panel apart from the lift itself and the sea. It was still drawn really well. Like you can really feel the scope of what Oda was trying to do, which I absolutely love. Like that panel was amazing, and just seeing her reaction to all of this stuff was pretty good too. Like it really does make me care for her dreams a bit more. Like I really appreciate when Oda takes out the time to do things like this. And as I stated earlier, the other highlight to this chapter was the Green Bull reveal in my opinion. Like I honestly didn't expect him to show up in this chapter at all, but I'm honestly really glad that he did, because now that it just confirms to us that he will be at the Reverie. A lot of people thought that he might be on Wano along with Fujitora, or that even only one of them would be at Wano, but this chapter pretty much confirmed that both of them are going to be at the Reverie, and probably for two completely different reasons. From what we saw and heard of Green Bull's character, he actually seems pretty interesting. He's been fasting for 3 years. He hasn't eaten for 3 years, which immediately makes me question how he's still so strong and strong enough to be an admiral even though he hasn't eaten for 3 years. It also makes me question what his character design's like. Is he going to be like super skinny like Big Mom was when she didn't eat for a while, or is he going to be like a regular body type? Like I just wonder what route Oda's going to go down with it. But from what we did see of him, like a silhouette of him smiling, it looks like a pretty dope character design. Some people are still questioning whether it's a male or a female. To me, it looks pretty clear that it's a male at this point, but who knows? Oda loves to troll us with these kind of things, so it could very well be a female, which I wouldn't mind as long as the character design didn't look stupid. So yeah, I look forward to getting some more insight into that. A couple of things that was said during his dialogue with Fujitora really did interest me though. We had Fujitora saying things like, because of what he saw over at Vegapunk, he knows now that we no longer need the 7 warlord system, which is actually really big news when you consider it, because that could mean that Vegapunk has made some sort of breakthrough or some sort of development that will make the Marines significantly stronger, to the point where they no longer need to hire people like Mihawk and Doflamingo to do their work for them and to maintain the balance. Now they can do that all by themselves. So I really look forward to finding out what that is. I'm probably going to make a whole separate video about what I think that might be a bit later on, but for now I'm just going to say that I'm hype at the possibilities of this new Vegapunk reveal, because if he does actually bring up this topic during the Reverie to try and abolish the Warlord system, to convince everyone, he might actually need to reveal what it is that Vegapunk has been working on, so we could actually get some insight into what Vegapunk is currently doing in the world, which is something that we don't really get too often. This could also clear up why Vegapunk was in the news recently, if he has made some sort of big breakthrough that he's soon to reveal to the world, or that he's already even revealed to the world that we just don't know about yet. So yeah, anything to do with Vegapunk usually gets me hyped, because he's such a mysterious character. He's someone that we don't ever see, but he's so essential and so vital to the story, whether it's the Marine side or the pirate side. Like, he's extremely vital to the story and the world itself, that anything said about him is extremely hype in my opinion. So yeah, I really look forward to seeing what all of that was about. But last but not least, this chapter featured the revolutionaries, the most notable one being Sabo, and through this we kind of get a picture of what the revolutionaries' plan is. So from Sabo being on the lift with Shelly and Shirahoshi, I think even Garp is on there too with them at this point. What it allows him to do is it allows him to infiltrate the Reverie and be there personally. So he could be there to gain and sneak information, but he could also be the one that's going to personally announce that they are now going to war with the world government, because that might be too risky for Dragon to do himself. And remember, it said that the revolutionaries' goal wasn't to start a war, it was just to announce that they were going to war, or to announce that they were now at war with the world government. So we may not necessarily get Sabo fighting right now, we might just get him sneaking out the information, or just announcing that the revolutionary plan on making their move and then dipping while he still has the chance. So Sabo's sneaking into the Reverie, and this kind of set up some really good interactions too. We could get Sabo and Garp, we can get Sabo and Akainu, we could even get Dragon and Garp if Dragon does actually decide to show up himself. And if they do end up exposing that Kuma was a Reverie, which might be how he ends up getting out of there alive, that would also be a big reveal for the entire world government to figure out that they had a revolutionary within their ranks the whole time. Like, could you imagine if their reaction was that they knew the entire time they were just playing along with it? Like, that kind of shit would be dope. So there are so many possibilities that could come from like the setup that's being done in these couple of chapters. Like, every single chapter about the Reverie has been absolutely amazing in my opinion, and I just hope that Oda keeps going down this road, because it can only get better from here. So yeah, overall I thought this was a really amazing chapter. It had some really dope panels, great world building, like explaining how the lifts work, how the government travel across the red line, all of that kind of stuff. Like, all of these little details really make you feel a lot more connected to the world. But yeah, I want you guys to let me know what you thought of the chapter in the comment section down below. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded a video, but don't worry, we're going to be getting back on schedule very soon. As I said, I've got another Kingdom video coming out later today. It's a bit of a longer video for you guys because I have missed a couple of chapters. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy all of that stuff, and we got a few surprises in the near future too, so keep an eye out for those. And yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Leave a like on the video if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already for more of that One Piece content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. One.